VeChain is on the rise again. And I wanted to share an update with you about what I think is going to happen next. I hold VeChain, I hold VeThor gas as well. I have some thoughts that are just my personal opinions, but I hope in sharing them that it gives you a little bit of clarity, of insight about the choices that you're making. What I share is not investment advice. This is just my personal crypto journey. If you have been following Crypto Angel Network from the beginning, the channel is just a couple of months old, and we now have a community of 1,600 people, which is awesome. So thank you for being part of that. Thank you for contributing. Also, if you have not already subscribed and you're new here, make sure to light up that bell so that you can get my notifications and just be part of the conversation. Contribute, whether you're new. Some of the people here who are new are brilliantly smart, as well as some of the old school people who are developers and long-term traders. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that we can get more into the journey of VeChain and VeThor. All right, so let me just hop over here. And I think that, why are we seeing a pump right now for VeChain? Well, I think there's a number of things, and I have done a couple of other VeChain videos that you can look at here under the altcoin section of Crypto Angel Network. But this piece of news that has come out is that Salesforce tests VeChain blockchain, sending VET to new highs. So this is definitely, again, when there is a good piece of news that comes out, things, they can move. And sometimes news comes out and things don't move. So I think that they've done a good summary here. The key takeaways for VeChain are that it made a new all-time high over the past few hours, rising above 13 cents. And the hype around it seems to be related to collaboration with Salesforce. Hype. Why do they say hype? Like, oh, hype. I mean, that actually is, I'm sorry, Crypto Briefing. Why do you have to say hype? Because, I mean, if there's something good happening and it is an innovation, why is that hype? I mean, I think that's just a positive forward momentum. And maybe I'm being biased here because I hold VeChain. A further spike in the buying pressure could push VET over 13.6 or even to 15 cents. I mean, yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. So VeChain made headlines after Salesforce announced it would test the firm's traceability solutions platform, VeChain VeThor. Now, that's what I hold as well. I hold VeChain VeThor as well. I'm going to show you inside my wallet in a moment. And part of me, I've sort of kicked myself a bit over the decision that I made and with my thinking. But let's see. And then you let me know in the comments, because some of you have let me know on the other video I did on VeChain. But I just wonder. So let me just look at this again. Salesforce begins testing on VeChain. VeChain saw its price surge more than 70% since late March following a minor retracement. And then Salesforce's decision to enable open, seamless data sharing across multiple parties using data hashed on the VeChain VeThor public blockchain seems to have fueled the most recent upswing. Sunny Liu, CEO at VeChain, maintains that Salesforce integration could help boost VET utility exponentially. And then here we go. Salesforce has started to make the first trial on the VeChain VeThor public blockchain. I'm really excited about that because of how big Salesforce is. They are a $100 million firm with millions upon millions of customers. Given their expertise and industry know-how in different areas, they could build thousands of applications in the future on top of the VeChain VeThor public blockchain, said Liu. All right, so VeChain VeThor. I mean, that's what I have. So I have, look, I'll show you my wallet. I have right now I have the VeThor token, the gas, and then I have the VeChain. Let me just go back to this again. VeChain VeThor. Yeah, that's different. That's the gas, isn't it? So I have of the VeThor gas, right now I'm upside down on it. I'm upside down almost $2,000. It was worse. It was like $2,500. But again, I mean, this is part of, I feel like, what I'm learning from now being in the space for not very long, just a few months. I mean, I've really just been trading for 4 months. is that sometimes you go into something you don't want to go in, or I'll say I don't want to go in. I mean, I don't think you want to go in when it's at the high, and one would wish, or I wish I could always know when to buy on the retracement, the consolidation. But sometimes it's like sometimes it doesn't go back down to a certain level, or I don't, yeah. So that's sort of like my thinking on it. So anyway, I ended up buying VeChain as well. I have 29,000 VeChain. I'm up just over $1,000 on that. So you can see right now that move, this is where I'm sort of kicking myself. I go, if I had gone and taken that, my cost basis there, my 11 and whatever, just over 11,500, and put that into VeChain, this would be up quite a bit more. But my thinking was, oh, I want the token that is less, because then I can have more, because I have 591,000 VETHOR gas, whereas only here I have 29,000 VET. So I just think that, one of the things that I learned from the community here is that with VETHOR gas, when you have your VET and you're earning your rewards, you get paid in VETHOR gas. So maybe that's why it doesn't hold as much value. So I did start to get, I will admit, 2-3 weeks ago, after I bought in, because I bought the VETHOR gas and the VeChain March 21st, and then started to very quickly see it retrace. Yes, I bought near the top of it. And so anyway, I'm holding it right now. I'm not going to sell my VeChain anytime soon, because I think that it is going to go up considerably. I think that VET is going to keep to do more and more things because they have so many announcements. And then if we just come over here, I mean, look at the growth here of what's happening. So I bought in right around here. And then it's just been this consolidation period, right? Of what? Let's see, 20 seconds. So what, 3 weeks? About, yeah. I mean, no, not even that. What am I talking about? It's like 2.5 weeks, 2.5 weeks to 3 weeks it's coming up on. And then now, you can see we had that high, we came back down, and we got this high, and we're climbing again. Are we near the top of that? And then we're going to go through more consolidation. I mean, it looks like it could continue to go up a little bit this weekend before it then probably retraces down to till around 10 cents or so. But it broke through that resistance that was that 10 cents mark. So now it's gone above that. Even if it retraces, it just comes a point you just have to go in. So anyway, I'm planning to hold VeChain for a while. If we go over to, I wanted to show VETHOR gas. Any of you that hold the gas? Because I was like, oh my gosh, what did I do? It's not going so well. But then I just realized, well, I've got to just not freak out. Just got to calm down. It's going to be all right. It's just that thing of sort of, thinking. I think the big lesson there is, oh, if you just get the cheaper thing, it's the better thing, the cheaper. That's not necessarily the case. And so here we are in the gas, and I'm just going to just make this smaller here. And so you can, I mean, look, over a period of time, look, this is beginning of February. Look at the gains here from February going all the way up to here. I bought in at just like around 190 something, and then it consolidated down to like 136. I was like, oh God, I shouldn't have done that. But right, isn't this consolidation? Can't you see this pattern here where it was just going along for a period? I nearly bought in at the 0.006 and I didn't. And then whoosh, went on this little run up. And then look, there was this this was a longer period of consolidation. And then look, it started to shoot up again, an even shorter, much shorter period of consolidation, up again. And then we've got a little bit more of a retracement. But can you see how there wasn't much activity here? Everything was it was a closer spread. And now we have more movement. So I think, and you tell me what you think in the comments, I think that VETHOR gas, the one that I have so much more of, is, I'm saying it like that, I think it's going to break out soon. And, as I say this to you, it's like, I'm saying this to remind myself, Joanna, calm down. It's going to be all right. It's going to be fine. I mean, these are the joys of crypto trading, right? And I'm not worried. I'm really not worried at all. It's going to, my decision that I am going over my head is how long am I going to stay in? I don't want to just go to here to that high of what was it, like 2 cents, what was it, oh, where was it here? It's like 242. I mean, I want to keep going to at least, I'm going to hold it till at least 4 cents. Whereas like with VeChain, I want to hold until at least $1, as I believe it'll go to at least $1 in the next few months. The VeThor gas, I had in my head holding till maybe like 10 cents, because I do think it could go to 10 cents. Very much like if you look at sort of the ratio, whatever VET does, whatever VeChain does, VeThor gas does a fifth of that. Those were the numbers that I had worked out. And I want to just go back and show you from this. Hang on. Let me just show you from here. This article, there's another. This is where my screen gets all tricky. It starts getting all glitchy. Hang on. There we go. Here, let me just come back to this. I want to go back to this other article here. Look, here's another article from them. So from crypto, VET holders unimpressed with VeChain's new highs. VET looks ready to resume its uptrend after breaking out of a 2-week-long consolidation pattern. But, I think people are... because it's crypto and it's 2021 and just I just see people expecting these massive returns. It's like, I know a GRT, I was totally spoiled, went in and just the gains were ridiculous right away. And people are, I can see it. People are just, it's because of, okay, 100x gains, 1000x gains. And people, that is happening for people. It has been happening, but then it seems to be, it's becoming like the norm. So, that leads me to here. If we go back to VeChain here, we've had in 30 days, I think it's pretty healthy because it's not too much. I say only 100% gains. That's pretty awesome. But over the year, 3,000%. So there is a lot of room. If you look at a year ago where VET was, it was 0.0019. Wow. Imagine, for those of you that got VET back then, you've got over 6,500% gains, because that's when you didn't have the evidence yet that it was going to work out. And then VeThor gas, this is the token here. And this, right, what I bought in at, a whole load more. Like I said, I'm sort of kicking myself that I hadn't done more. This has a 555 million market cap. And let's see what I wanted to show you here. Okay, so we've had 160% gains in 30 days and almost 5,000% gains in a year. That's pretty awesome. So I just feel like, because we're still in this bull run, how is there not going to be, at least in these next 2-3 months, even with retracement, how can there not be at least another 100, 200, 300% gains? Even if there's just another 100% gains and I have to wait 2-3 months because I'm not going to day trade it or swing trade it, well then, if I get 100% on this, then I would come away with around 11 grand in profits, right, on that. And that wouldn't be too shabby for holding on to something for a couple of months. And I think it's just important to, what I have to do, I have to remind myself, Joanna, don't be greedy. And, I'm listening to BitBoy talking about when to exit the market and all these things about September being the top of the bull run, and then the altcoins are falling shortly after that. I think that, when you look back and review prior years, everything feels condensed. It just is so much easier to see the snapshot of it. Whereas when you're in it on the day to day and you put your money where your mouth is and you're going into, you're putting hundreds, thousands, or for some people even tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars in, and you want to see those results, a day can feel like a week. An hour can feel excruciating. When I was trading, because I'd used some Ethereum to go and buy some other tokens the other night, I had to then go buy more Ethereum, and I woke up in the night like, oh my God, it's like, and I meditate each day. I do yoga. I'm meant to be Zen. Most of the time I am, but definitely this. What I'm noticing with this, what I'm trying to practice around this is to have patience, just to be patient and go, it's okay. This is the investment I made, and to stick with it. And the last thing I'm going to just show you here from the coin, they did fix the coin tracker. I just wish it was a little bit more accurate, but you can see here at the bottom, here's my coin diversity at the moment. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tokens in total out of $47,500 portfolio. And here I hold 20% of my portfolio is VeThor gas. And I think, my learning from this is next time I wouldn't have done something like that. I think I would have maybe gone into something that is not so risky. I think I was a little bit, got too excited, impulsive. And I think I'm just lucky that I didn't make that decision in September, October, November, or even December of 2021, and that I'm doing it now. Like, I'm very fortunate. It's like having training wheels, because I just feel like I can make some small mistakes here and I'll still be okay because of how the market is. And because so many new people in retail are coming in, and then 7% of my portfolio is VeChain. So I probably should have done, instead, I should have done the 20% or 10%, 10, 15% VeChain, and I should have done maybe 5% VeThor gas. That's my takeaway from it. And what are your thoughts? What do you think? Do you hold VeChain? Do you hold VeThor gas? I know there's BitTorrent as well with Tron, and just from my experience with this, I know a lot of people are doing BitTorrent, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just trying to. I got a whole load of stuff in Ethereum right now. I'm just taking a sort of okay, just pause, don't be greedy, just allow myself to have some gains over the next 2-3 months. Consolidation is part of it, and I'm just going to stick with it. And I think a team like VeChain, they're going to keep having announcements. They're going to keep having positive news that comes out. They're going to keep forming more and more partnerships. If you go and look at my other VeChain video, I go into depth about the amazing partnerships they have and some of their big breakthroughs in terms of their contracts that they have won that are a really, really big deal in terms of, one was with the vaccine traceability and with the Shanghai government. All right, that's it. That's my update on VeChain. I am still bullish on it. I still have confidence in VeThor gas. And so I just say, if you do hold VeChain or VeThor gas, and if you are upside down, I'm going to hold on to it. That's what I'm doing. It's not investment advice, but I would just say, just hang on in there and just ride it out, and then you will be able to take your gains. I'm Joanna Garzilli. This is Crypto Angel Network. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I'm sending you lots and lots of love.